Good morning and welcome to my channel. Look at this plant. Look at this flower. Look how beautiful it is. This is Stapelia variegata. Actually, Stapelia variegata is an old name of this plant. Right now, it goes by the name of Orbea variegata. But whether the name is Stapelia variegata or Orbea variegata, it is still the same plant. This flower opened yesterday, but the flower bud appeared about a month ago, and I was waiting for it to open for a very, very long time, and finally, I can show it to you, I can share it with you. Orbea variegata belongs to a group of plants called stapeliads, and stapeliads are very interesting plants because their flowers are pollinated by flies. So they evolved to have colors of rotting meat, because that's where the flies gather. And to make it even more attractive for flies, the flowers smell quite strongly. They smell of rot. They smell of garbage can. So this flower is relatively small. There are much larger flowers in this group of plants. Stapelia gigantea has a huge flower, even larger than a palm of the hand. This one, if you compare it to my hand, is quite small, isn't it? It is a small flower, relatively small, but still it is releasing enough smell for me to detect it and to notice the flower, whether I want it or not. Nevertheless, I love this plant, even though it is a stinky plant. I love it, and I'm very happy, very excited that the flower opened. As you can see, this plant stays on a shelf that is across a window, and it stays here for the entire year. I don't move it outside. It stays here for the entire year, and it's a south-facing window. However, you may see that on the other side of the window there is a hedge. So the hedge casts some shade in the morning, and the sun reaches this window quite late during the day. So the exposure is not very strong, especially that, look, the plant grows towards the room and not towards the window. So it tells me that it doesn't really require that much sun. When it is exposed to sun, it turns red. So I think it's a perfect spot for it. Not too much sun, but sunny enough for it to be happy to bloom. It stays here for the entire year. However, I water it more during the summer because it's much warmer here. During winter, I keep the temperature, the night temperature, quite low, around 16 degrees. It might be even lower on very cold days, during very cold winter days, actually nights, because during the day I keep it room temperature, comfortable, but at night the temperature drops here. I keep it low in the house, and it might be even lower closer to the window, and I don't water it as often. I water it about every 3 weeks during winter. Potentially this plant could bloom at any time of the year, but again, because it goes to a semi-dormancy during winter, it doesn't bloom in winter. It blooms only from spring till late fall, and it could bloom in winter if the temperature was steady here. Quite easy to take care of. However, it is moody, so it is always a good idea to have two specimens of this plant instead of just one. So if something goes wrong with one plant, you can always have a backup. That's a good thing to do, and it is very easy to propagate through cuttings. So if something goes wrong at where the plant is rooted, you can always get a cutting, and you should do it as quickly as you see that there are some problems, and root it and plant it in a different pot, and then the plant will be saved. Okay, so on the one hand, it is an easy plant. On the other, things might get for no apparent reason. There certainly is a reason, but I have not detected why yet. Things might get wrong, things might get to a bad direction, and it's important to save the plant when there is still time. And as I said, rooting the plant is very easy. Okay, I think this is it. I think this is about what I would like to share with you about my Orbea variegata. Look how beautiful it is. I hope you see why I am so fond of this plant and of Stapeliads in general. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Have a great rest of the day.